in the studio right about now, I'm actually joined by B1, Mr. Perfecto, B1, my village girl, B1, Kwa George. How are you doing?
And it goes on.
Yeah,
I'm good.
on
I'm
and on.
good.
The legendary himself here with us in the
Yeah.
studio. We're so honored.
It's always good to be back here.
Yeah.
It feels like home.
All right.
Yeah.
Where have you been? You know, a lot of people have been asking. You're not. You are there, but you're not there. You know what I'm saying? Like we've
I
been
get
seeing
you.
music videos,
Yeah.
but we don't usually see you at shows or maybe
Yeah.
making, TV appearances and things like that. But what's behind
Yeah,
the
maybe you're
scenes?
just not attending my shows.
I need
That's
to be
how come.
invited.
Yeah, I'll give you some
Officially.
invites.
Okay.
Obviously, but I'm around. Although I've been in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. Maybe touring. Malawi has been taking much of my time.
Yes.
So at least now I want to dedicate maybe this year to a lot of music and videos, and maybe if everything go well, I could drop an album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how does it feel that, you are having so much massive support from the other side, from Malawi? I know Zambians do support you, but also getting the love from Malawi, like you're their own.
It's a humbling experience. Malawi is like my second home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course I'm a full-time Zambian, but I think those guys they embraced me. Not only me. There's a few artists that I know have a huge following in Malawi. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's Daddy So, there's General Kanene, there's the Organized Family, and now Yo Maps.
Yeah.
I think it's a Nyanja element.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of us who do Nyanja music are very, very famous that side. And they have this thing. I know, by the way, in Malawi, it's strictly live music. So if you can do live, then they'll love you.
You're good to go.
Yeah, if they call you the second time, it means you did well the first time. So I've been going that side for years now.
Yeah.
I've toured Malawi, I think more than I've toured my own country. And I think I just want to say thank you.
Okay, so when you go quiet, we definitely know you're in Malawi.
Not really. Maybe I'm trying to cook up something. I just I'm an old timer music-wise, so obviously I just don't come up with a song maybe in a day or two. Obviously, I sit down. I like to observe and see what I see. I observe and get stories from what I see happening around. So obviously, if I'm quiet, maybe I'm busy writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm very particular with the stories that I bring out.
A lot of people, like, if not everybody in Zambia, considers you as a legend, because it's like in the times of when we were listening to Chameleon, you were there, and now you're here. And you don't age, by the way. You still look the same. What's the secret?
What's up.
Did you drink from the fountain of youth?
I wish I did, but I think it's about staying true to yourself. I think I never changed for anyone. It is. I must tell you, it's not easy to stay relevant and to still be here. I think I've been in the game for just about 15 years.
Yeah.
I remember when I started out, it was somewhere my 2006, 7, 8. I had my first hit, Chipute, and it has been roller coaster from that time. It's not easy, but I just want to I think I owe it to everybody out there, my people, my fans. I've day ones that they are really standing by me up to this day.
How do you stay... I don't know if this is the word disciplined, because you are not like, a social media person where you get posted, scandals. You're just not, on that side of the entertainment industry. How do you stay clean, clear, and disciplined?
Yeah, I think it goes back to the type of person that I am. Even off maybe the music industry, I'm a laid-back kind of guy. I'm quite reserved. I'm very private, by the way. So if you hear someone say anything at all about me, it means they know me personally. Yeah. So I try to stay that way, and I think it has brought me this far. But of course, now things are changing. Now, scandals really propel you. I've seen a lot of people trending, and I think it propels their career as well. I've seen a lot of bad songs, but they've trended, and they're big songs eventually. So I think it's the thing now. So I might jump in on that wagon as well. 1 or 2 scandals.
That would be very weird.
Yeah.
But then
Strange.
anyways, let's go to the music. One of the biggest songs that you've had in your career is a song titled Kwa George. And I think I've got friends in Malawi that, sometimes I've asked, like, what are some of the biggest songs from Zambia? And it's like the top three songs that, people mention, and it's actually big. What were you thinking, when you were writing that song?
Thinking,
did you think it was going to be this big?
No, not really. But like any other song that I put out, I'm always I always think big. Like I'm always thinking, okay, to me it's a big song. Every single song is a big song to me. So how people take it is none of my business. It's not up to me. So obviously when I was doing it, like I said, I researched. It's a story that talks about us as a people, you find that sometimes we look at other people thinking they're better than us because maybe we think where we are, we don't have that happiness. So sometimes the happiness could be right there. So ninaenda kuvialo, I went to kuma UK, kuma America, kuma China, thinking I'm going to find that someone that I've always been looking for, not knowing that kansi kwa mina kuja ku.com kwa George kwa mina zonkala kuja. She was just right there. So basically that's what the song talks about.
All right. I don't know if you've had a conversation with anyone on how exactly you started music. Do you remember the first time that you went in the studio and decided, I want to do this? This is what I want to do.
Actually, I do. I remember. The thing is, I never thought, because I used to do music as just a passion. Like, I as far back as I can remember, I've always done music. I remember back in high school, we had this kind of little group and everything. But I never considered myself to be maybe doing it professionally or maybe to get a career out of it. So I remember I was just making my own music. I'd get an old song, like maybe Pike Chala, Nokaimbamo. Like I would put it in my own, the same song, but I do my own lyrics. And I would make my own song. So I had this friend, I think after we completed Kudala Dala, so yeah, and I was like, I should try maybe hitting the studio. And I never thought of it as maybe I could. I've never.
Do you remember how old you were by then?
I think it was my 18, 17. Yeah, and eventually he convinced me. Yeah, those back in the day, my days at Roma side and everything. I think we walked tunaenda na mendo kutoka kuma Lilanda kuja. Tunacha Ganda, Toyota Ganda, all the way up to Roma there. I remember I went there a couple of times, the bouncer, Taripira. The guy literally forced me to go in the studio.
How much was it by then if you wanted to record a song?
I don't remember. I can't remember. But I remember when I went there, I found is it Trista? There's a guy called, is it Trista? I found when in MKV, back in Kudala, when Roma side was actually behind Kukaseva and Scott, and it was a very good experience. I remember working with TK for the first time. I know I reminded him, when I met him, I said, do you remember you are the first guy that ever took me to the studio? He doesn't even remember.
Oh, wow.
He was like, really? Yeah, I did an Ed song. Yeah, and I think that pretty much kickstarted my career.
Do you remember the moment that you blew up? When your song was playing all over?
I do. Yeah, but it was after a lot of trying.
Yeah.
Like I had 10 songs, like an album that nobody gave an ear.
Was Perfecto like your...
No, that was Chipute.
Oh. Yeah.
And this background that I'm talking about is actually before Chipute.
Okay.
So I remember before Chipute, I had a ton of songs. I was involved in a lot of compilation albums that never really flourished. Back then I was involved with maybe different types of productions where I saw my fellow artists come out, like Red Lin. So I've been with him in a different type of compilation album. Red Lin, so Winston, Beve Wachoka, my song was nowhere to be seen. But my auditions in Zopasa, like we used to do auditions, then they pick me. But when I do a song, we never used to make it. So I also did Star Makers, which later became Digital X. I was in that compilation again. Nothing happened. Until when I met Jerry Fingers, I think that was 2007, 2008. Same thing happened. The same guy who took me to TK took me to Jerry Fingers. And it was, the chemistry was awesome. We met the first time. I bounced a couple of times to studio. I got upset, I remember. Palasta and Viraj Fundo and getting some studio. The first song that I ever did with Jerry Fingers, one take, one everything, became a hit, and that was Chipute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was playing all over, like, in clubs,
Yeah.
radio stations as well. Obviously, people were requesting for it. And I remember this one particular song. I don't know if my mom was a fan of yours. Every time she was driving a special by then, she
Yeah.
just presses play. It was B1. It
Apparently,
was hectic.
I get that a lot. I get
Yeah.
like when I meet someone, they'll be like, "Ish, my mom loves your song." So, my man, why? Who you? I want you to like it. They're like, my mom, my mom. It just shows the fact that we've been around for a long time,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
obviously, my man was there. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're still talking to B1 in the studio, and this is Zilile with your coolest girl on TV. We have to be as cool as possible, and of course, we bring you the best entertainment in the comfort of your homes. We just played you "Show Me Your Money" by B1. Obviously, a very interesting video that you've seen here on QTV for a very long time. Now, we talk about, everybody says they are unique in their own way, and you are no exception. Obviously, you stand out in your own talent. Your career has been amazing. But how come you've had like the best songs, but you've never won an award?
Oh goodness me. I
You were
wasn't expecting
nominated.
that. Yeah.
And I think you got an award. Was it in 2012?
Yeah, 2012, I got Song of the Year for
Yeah.
Perfecto.
And
Yeah,
then that was
I think
it.
that was it. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know how awards. I think I'm just not an award person. I basically I don't even know how they work, because I don't feel like a couple of times people have told me, no, you have to present yourself there. You have to take your song there. So I'm like, why should I? If I'm going to be awarded, it has to be out of my hard work. It's not me who's awarding myself. People have to see what I've done, and they have to present myself. They have to present me there, and consequently vote for me. So it never made sense to me. Like, I've never been to an award show. I've never been, other than that one, I've never been nominated to any award show. But I think it's not it's not up to
Yeah.
me. I do what I do. I do my best. And if they don't feel like I should get an award, it's all good.
Yeah.
An award doesn't determine what type of an artist I am, as far as I'm concerned. I believe I've been awarded enough. And if I get an award, it would be just an auxiliary thing, like an on-top thing. Like, it would just propel me to actually work hard.
Yeah.
But I believe in myself, and I don't need an award to validate what I do. So it's all good.
You've had certain songs that, have been talked about as controversial songs,
Yeah.
like Mr. Perfecto.
Yeah. It's good there.
You had your own time when I remember they actually wanted to ban that song.
Yeah,
What happened?
they almost did. Yeah, I think there's, Zambia it's a diverse society. Like, there's people from pretty much everywhere. So I remember at the time, it was an instant hit. I think it was so quick that it took everyone by storm, and they did not understand. They were dancing. They concentrated on a particular maybe portion of the song. So people were dancing, or maybe they did not understand the whole idea of the song. So from that one, I feel like if they listened very well to what I was actually trying to communicate, because it was like the whole, it's like you have to watch the whole movie to understand the movie. So if you pick snippets of it, you are going to get it wrong. So I think a lot of people got it wrong, but they still loved it.
Yeah.
They would say, oh, come back, but they are dancing. So
I think it was actually a theme song for men.
yeah. It actually, it's actually the most lucrative song that I've ever done. I remember because of that song, nazipeza nilikuwa America, nazipeza go UK, nazipeza go Australia, nazipeza go South Bay. So I think it was one of the most successful songs that I ever did. Yeah.
All right. And how is music currently? Do you think that, you fit in every, because this is like a new era, you get the point. Do you feel like you are present?
Yeah, very much. I try as much as possible to keep myself rejuvenated. I don't, believe me, I like to stay relevant, but also still maintaining the real me. Because I think if at all I do stand out, maybe it's because of the fact that I haven't changed for anyone. I've seen people come and go, believe me. I've seen a lot of hits, Babuela, 1 hit, 2 hits. They're nowhere to be seen. But I'm still here. I'm not saying I'm a hit maker now. It's up to the people. But I believe it's about the type of person that you are. You have to stay real to yourself and stay true to the game. Of course, now it's a different ball game. There's a lot of social media now going on. People are trending with bad songs. Don't get me wrong. I've seen a lot of songs and I've thought to myself, I'm like, really? But I think there's a lot of that stuff going on. Like people just trend with not maybe an average song and it becomes a hit eventually. But also, of course, there's a lot of good songs and a lot of people are doing a lot of weird things.
This is a place to be, of course, on a beautiful weekend like this one before you start preparing to go to your various shenanigans. Of course, you need some entertainment as you do that and listen to some great music, watch some great videos as well. Don't forget to follow the Facebook page. Rhoda Mulenga is the name. And thank you so much for the support and for all those great comments. We'll keep on giving you the very best. In case you missed out on last week's edition of Zilile, definitely get to our Facebook page and check out some of the highlights. Well, before we went for that video break, we were talking about music and how, how present you are in this space at the moment. Do you feel like maybe the time you guys were doing music, the way back music, not this type of the music that you're doing, even the music that you're doing, do you feel like it had more, important messages that you were trying to, for lack of a better word, meaningful music as compared to now where, people would go in the studio and sing about the most bizarre things and, the song is just an instant hit?
Yeah, I think it's not only in Zambia. I think it's world over. The music now, there's just less content. It's about the vibe. It's about maybe the beat. It's about, the groove. It's different. Back in the day, you have to sit down and write a song. These days, nina beat bwera ku studio. You go without the song. You go in the studio. You're just vibing to the beat. And it becomes a hit song. So it's the times, I guess. So you have to jump on that wagon, and if you want to stay relevant. So but like people like me, it's very difficult for me to just do pamene hapo napanga nyimbo whatever. I like to get some sort of research, have some type of message. It has to stay at least relevant to someone. Yeah, one way or the other.
Do you write your own songs? Has anyone ever written a song for you?
Surprisingly, I've never sung a song that has been written by someone else.
Oh.
I've actually written for a couple of artists as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't want to mention them?
I wouldn't want to mention them because maybe they haven't allowed me to do that. Maybe they'll feel belittled. Yeah, but it's a lot of songs that people are even dancing.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm very good at, when I hear a beat, I come up with a lot of things in my head. So I've written a couple of songs for other people.
You haven't worked with many female artists. Why is that?
Yeah, you're right about that. I've worked with my sister, of course, on the Security song. I think back in the day I worked with Mampi as well. Yeah, but I'm planning to work with, because I'm trying to drop an album. And this album, I'm looking at Wezi, because I think she's authentic, real, soulful. I like the thing that comes from deep down. So, yeah, I think I'm guilty on that one.
You haven't worked with any female artists. You're like a one-man type of,
commando.
Have you done quite a number of shows where, there's artists performing, you are there? Because usually I see B1 on his own. B1 on his own. Do you like it like that?
No, not really. I think it's the promoters. I think it goes to show that maybe I managed to satisfy the expectations. Like sometimes to have a certain type of audience, maybe there's a certain number of people, you want to have maybe 3-4 artists because maybe you don't feel like they are capable enough to bring so many people. But I've been privileged enough to actually do shows alone and still have a lot of people. Yeah, even in other countries. I remember I went to the UK alone. Naenda po America neka. I went to South Africa alone. I go to Malawi. Of course, there we do collaborations with a lot of big artists from there. Yeah, I've worked with Skefa, Lucius, Lulu, and Danlu, and a couple of other artists from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm still having a conversation right here with B1 on Zilile. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, well, you've missed out on quite a lot because we've talked about a lot of things, but you can still catch up with us on the Facebook page. Now, I mentioned earlier that you're almost like a one-man person. When you think of B1, there's nobody that you can associate him with. There are artists, kumankama artists ukaona Papadinez long Bobist, you see.
Yeah.
But then for you, it's like you're just alone, like in your own space. Why haven't you done collaborations with a lot of, Zambian artists? It's just a countable number, if you can say. Most of your songs are just solo.
Yeah. First of all, it's because I believe in myself. Yeah, and that shouldn't be taken as maybe bragging or anything. But I believe in what I can do. I believe in what I can deliver. But not to say I cannot learn from the other person, or maybe I cannot use their platform maybe for promotional purposes or anything like that. But I think I've worked with quite a number of artists. I think I've worked with pretty much everyone in the game. Yeah, I've worked with Slap D, I've worked with Shenki, Dalizo, you name them. But I think I have a hard time going all the way. Like maybe I think I like to do things smoothly. Usually when I involve another artist, maybe when we are doing the song, we are all happy. We are, we're in the studio, but maybe when it's time to do other things, like maybe it's time to do videos, then angara mastering,
Demands.
Yeah, not even that. Mastering over they now not say, okay, now he needs me. I'm gonna demand this. Yeah, of course, because now maybe they want to present themselves it's a professional kind of setting. Maybe there's a certain way that they would want to present themselves, which is good. And I provide that if it's my song. But sometimes when I'm I've had to deal with a lot of mediocre stuff as far as involving a lot of people. So I find it easy to work alone and just to go with it. Yeah.
Some artists have actually been called selfish. They don't want to help in connecting others. Let's say, for instance, your video is playing on MTV Base, your video is playing on Trace Africa. And some artists would ask, like, who's your connection? Umaenda kwa America, my trips every month. Who's your connection? Maybe those people tell you to, put another artist on board, and then you just say, no, I'm just going to come alone because I just want to be alone.
Yeah. I think you're not talking about me. Because I think the opposite of that. Many times I've had opportunities to do things where maybe Anita Nakolo, maybe Ustango or anywhere else. I think I've brought a lot of people on board. Like usually they cannot continue having you like every year. So obviously they would want you to recommend someone. Yeah, I remember when I was in Malawi. I actually gave them your map's number. Of course, I didn't talk to him personally. I said, okay, he's a good guy. He's got a lot of following in Malawi at the moment. I gave them his number. And I remember when we went to the UK, there's a time that we went, maybe that was like the 13 of us. 13. I was one of the people that was selecting those people. 13. We went to the UK, 13. But I was part of the people that were actually recommending those guys. Because Nenezondako had been going there for 5 years consecutively.
Yeah.
So even that one, I said, they said, no, you are now part of the selecting committee. What do you think of this guy? Even the contacts, even the visa process, I was involved. So I think I've helped quite a lot. And I think it's only healthy that, we are a young industry. We need to pull each other up. If you've got a connection maybe for Trace, I've seen a lot of people who try to hide, here and there, but I think doesn't do any good for the industry as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what are we expecting from B1? What should we expect in terms of projects?
Yeah, 2023 is grinding. I'm pretty much done with everything. Like you said, I've been missing in action and everything, but I think I've dedicated this year to music. I'm going to do less maybe events, like touring outside the country, because maybe that has taken much of my time. Sometimes I would go for 3 months, but right now I'm back, and it's going to be music after music, because the trend is different. It's about in a year you would drop like 2 songs or maybe 1. Even Kwa George, I had Kwa George in 2019. Like the whole year I had shows back to back, but it was just 1 song.
Yeah.
Now these guys today they are Chosaka Nyimbolero. 2 weeks from now, that song is still hitting. It's just getting that platform. Yeah, they have released another one. So I'm gonna jump on that wagon as well. So it's gonna be back to back this time around. More videos, and I'm looking at maybe June. I could drop an album. I could just drop a B1 album for my birthday.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe we also need like a legendary only show where we get to have some good live music.
Yeah, it's fun.
Sing along songs.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people say, Zambian musicians who are in live. I think live is the easiest, if you ask me. Because live, when you're doing playback, you are asked to do a lot. When you're doing live music, I've seen people just sit down. As long as people are hearing your voice and you are engaging the audience, it's perfect. But live, you want to be seen to be singing. You know that playback, I mean. You know that they know that you are not singing.
Yeah.
So ufunika wimba. So sometimes wimba, you're singing in that voice, you have to dance, you have to do a lot of things. It's actually easier to do live music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So thank you very much, I guess, for coming through to Zilile.
Awesome.
It's been an amazing time having a conversation with you. You made it very easy for me, by the way.
Yeah, you made it easy for me.
So you're currently promoting a new video. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, new song, like I said, is going to be back to back. So I've got a new song with Shenki Sugar, of course produced by Shenki himself, and video was directed by ERT. It's called Better. Yeah, so this is one of the first singles that I'm doing for the forthcoming, if it's gonna come, album. So it's pretty much everywhere. You can get it on Boomplay, and of course on all my platforms. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and listen, I'm trying to jump on this social media thing. So I've got Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah, you can catch me on my Instagram, Mr.Perfecto Zambia, and of course on my page, B1 Music,
TikTok.
And on my TikTok, B1Perfecto. It's just too much, man. And of course on my Facebook, my real Facebook account, which is Bruce B1Perfecto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's about it. Let's check out B1's new video, and this one features Shenki Sugar. I'll be back on the other side.